Hi, my name's Ilma, and today I'd like to share to you Psalm 50, verses 12 to 23. I've been posting Christian blogs for almost 11 years now, and this is God's Word. If I were hungry, I would not tell you, for the world and its fullness are mine. Do I eat the flesh of bulls or drink the blood of goats? Offer to God a sacrifice of thanksgiving, and perform your vows to the Most High. And call upon me in the day of trouble. I will deliver you, and you shall glorify me. But to the wicked God says, what right have you to recite my statutes, or take my covenant on your lips? For you hate discipline, and you cast my words behind you. If you see a thief, you're pleased with him, and you keep company with adulterers. You give your mouth free rein for evil, and your tongues frames deceit. You sit and speak against your brother. You slander your own mother's son. These things you have done, and I have been silent. Your thoughts that I was one like yourself. But now I rebuke you and lay the charge before you. Mark this then, you who forget God, lest I tear you apart and there be none to deliver. The one who offers thanksgiving as his sacrifice glorifies me. To one who orders his way rightly, I will show the salvation of God. Psalm 50, 12 to 23. And here's the poem I wrote, inspired by that psalm. Warning to those who forget God. Do you think you can live in this world and forget the one who gave you life? Do you think that you can do what you want and not suffer any consequence from it? If you hate restraint and discipline of any kind, you are likely living to satisfy your selfish desires. If you do not want to be accountable for your own action, chances are that you are only concerned for gratification. You engage with people who won't question your unrighteousness. That is why you only associate with men who do all kinds of sins and perversions. The faithful people of God do not forget their Lord, who freed them from sin. The wicked denies his existence because they feel threatened by what is right. Reflection. What is the consequence of forgetting God according to this psalm? Let me just read to you verse 22, or maybe I could go earlier. Verse 21. These things you have done, and I have been silent. You thought that I was one like yourself. But now I rebuke you and lay the charge before you. Mark this then, you who forget God, lest I tear you apart and there be none to deliver. You see the consequence of that, forgetting God? You think that God is silent, that you're still not having any thing to be answerable for when you forget God. But then he says in his word that he is going to rebuke, and then he will leave you, tear you apart, and he will not save you. So that is the consequence of forgetting God. Now, if you are a believer, there is no reason for you to forget God, because a believer acknowledges the presence of God, acknowledges that God has given us everything that we have. So there's no reason to forget God. But in this psalm, it explains how the wicked tries to forget God and tries to just do the sinful things that they usually do. We're all sinful. So our nature wants to surface that sinfulness, and that's called the flesh. So when we live in the flesh, we will forget God. But we live in the Spirit of God. It says in Galatians that those who live by the Spirit of God will have the fruits of righteousness, fruit of the Spirit, which is gentleness, patience, love, kindness, goodness, and all the other things that is mentioned in Galatians 6. So it's important for us to, if we claim we are believers, then we should live it. We should never forget God. We should always give praise to God. And once we forget God, we won't give Him praise. So that means we will be living for ourselves, which are very sinful. Our nature is sinful. So if we forget God, that means that we are living in sin. Thanks for watching. I hope you check my website at ilmaarts.com for artworks, photographs, and a copy of this blog. Please subscribe to my channel on YouTube so I could make more videos for the Lord. Thanks for watching.